welcome to the Her Climate Story Podcast, episode 1. Guys, I need you guys to celebrate episode 1. Live here at Today for Tomorrow initiative, and we are giving a shout out to our founder, UN Women and Women Peace Humanitarian Fund, for supporting this vision of hosting a podcast where we have a conversation to see the responses that women are doing, to contribute to climate issues and peace building. Also, what young people, advocates are also doing to also contribute to addressing climate issues, because we believe that everyone, everywhere, have a role to play in solving this problem that is affecting us. And we're currently at the moment where there are a lot of climate issues globally. It's a global crisis now, yeah? And then we're also in the middle where we've seen, even in Nigeria here, we've seen a lot of conflict issues rising, security issues here and there. But we still believe that women, young people, and people generally have a role to play in reducing, controlling, or managing the situation on these issues. And I'm happy to be your host today, and also happy to have my beautiful guests here. Well, by my left hand, we have people we call the climate advocates. These young people uses their skills, their social media platforms, their writing soft skills as well to tell beautiful stories that also changes the narrative. And we also have a woman here that saw a problem from the very beginning and developed different series of solutions that became projects, and she has done a lot in addressing this issue. So I will also now start by Maria. Just tell us your name, your organization, so everybody gets to know you.
So good afternoon, everyone. I am Chimda Musa, the Executive Director for Rural Agricultural Transformation and Empowerment Initiative, and also the member of the Global IDP Advisory Group here in Adamawa State. Thank you.
Amazing. So by my left, who are you?
Shally's art. I use pencils and pens to create stories. I pens, portraits, and also figures to display my talents.
Amazing. If you've been watching us,
you said, I'm also a climate advocate.
Yeah, climate advocate. If you've been watching social media of TFT, you've been seeing some artwork. This is the finger behind those artwork that has been telling beautiful stories. Good to have you live here. All right.
Hey everyone. I'm a spoken word artist. I use poetry, and the melodies just like what everyone here would love to hear. I use it to advocate for climate and women inclusivity in women in decision making and women actions in climate change. So my name is Peter Andrew, and I'm actively a climate advocate. Thank you.
Nice to have Peter here. Celebrating, please. The one who uses poetry sounds. If you see his videos, he just do some gang things, to just tell stories, and it has been amazing. So I will just move into asking. Let me start with the young people, before we get to your own story. So now, I would like you to mention, if possible, name them. What are the problems that you saw around climate issues that maybe you saw around you that you said this is a problem and it needs to be solved? So you can just talk about it. And if possible, maybe it led you to start trying to use your skills to start providing solutions.
All right. As for me, initially, I was just painting for the hobby sake. I love what I do. It's a passion, and it drives me to pick my pencils every day, pens, and also sketch and to make portraits. But eventually, when I became the climate advocate as one of them, I got to feel educated about climate issues.
Yeah.
And at the course of that, I was inspired to make stories about climate. And how can I do that if what I have is just a representation of my mindset through my artwork? So I can only paint, since I'm not the verbal kind of artist, I can paint what I imagine and translate it to the society or to the community. So I paint pictures of either women, because we are more focused on the women. They tend to be what the society sees as an inferior or lesser individual in contributing to impact and change in the society. So I focused more on painting them or sketching a portrait of them, conveying or portraying their acts of resilience, a mindset that is self-developed already in impacting the society. Now, coming to climate issues, there are a lot of things happening. You see, like improper waste disposals. I do have ideas that I create, portraying the landscape of the nature, how clean it can be, and then how dirty it can be.
And the effect it will have.
Yes, and the effect it will have. So if it's dirty, this is what the effects can be. And there's one of our climate advocates that recently, Phoebe, she said something. She says all these waste bottles you see will still remain even after you are gone. So if we are not educating the people out there to know that a proper disposal of them and a proper management of our climate issues will give us this purity of, cleanliness comes first from the heart and then is now translated to the environment. So if we don't work on that, it's going to affect not just the generation now, but also the generation that is coming later.
Amazing. Yes. Amazing. I mean, celebrate that. Amazing. Wow. I feel like I'm short of what to say with what you just said, but let's hear from you.
Okay. Now, first is the ignorance and the knowledge gap in climate matters. Like, climate is here to stay. Climate is not just maybe a long pattern of weather changes. Like you, like your friend, you here, you meet him here, you are growing, you still live in here. So the best you can do is to make sure the both of you work together in order to have a safe future.
Stay safe.
To stay safe. Like the more these people fail to understand, the more the general public fail to take climate action, the more dangerous we get, the more serious it gets. So, like, and everybody hopes for a better tomorrow. Like the TFT quote says, who you are becoming tomorrow is better than who you are today and who you were yesterday. But in the climate context, it's like, it's not working. The change we are demanding is slow. So I see a big knowledge gap. There's a knowledge gap.
You're trying to use your poetry to feel it.
So I use poetry, I do spoken words to create awareness, to let the people know these things can actually be solved. First of all, before you know you can be able to do, before you be able to create a change, you must believe in yourself that you can be a change yourself. You can be able to do it. So
don't say clock it, right?
So that's the first point. That's the first drive for a change. Yeah. So that's what I basically want to do. Speak to the hearts of the people and let them connect with nature.
Yeah, amazing. And I love that this point. Please celebrate that. I love that this point is coming from the young people, right? Because he just made a very striking statement that these climate issues or this climate reality have come to stay. Like, it is now our reality. How many of you felt Yola was extremely hot this year? Extremely hot. Yeah? It's going to be worse. The global space has changed. There's a whole lot that's going to be coming because of climate change globally, right? So it has come to stay. But one thing he now said is that we now need to now find a way. How do we face this reality and still remain safe? That's why he's now trying to bridge knowledge gap and this with spoken word. Powerful one. Thank you so much for sharing that. And then now let me ask you, Ram, on your journey before developing solutions, in addition to the problems they've highlighted, were there other unique community or like rooted down problems that that affects women so bad that made you started developing solutions to this problem?
In relation to climate change?
Climate, conflicts,
Yeah. One of the things that made me verge into this particular initiatives that we do as an organization is seeing women marginalized. That's one. Then two, is not just being marginalized, how can they suit into those concepts, those models that were brought in terms of climate change, in terms of durable solutions and other things that has to do with their livelihoods. Our organization, as an IDP-driven organization, is basically on women, youth, and persons with disability. So we want to see how they can suit in that will speak to their source of livelihoods. And they cannot do whatever they do without factoring climate change. That is the climate smart agriculture. You get it?
Yeah.
So when you talk of climate smart agriculture, what are the factors? What are those activities that leads to that? We have to factor that.
Yeah.
So it starts with the fertilizer they do supply to us. It's a free fertilizer from the government, from NGOs, but it's chemically induced.
Yeah.
So how can it be?
It's causing harm to the food that we take.
Exactly. Whatever we consume from that chemical goes into our bodies. So these are some of the things that the organization looked into it. So whenever we advocate for climate smart agriculture for women, youth and persons with disability, we are talking about compost making from the minimal amount they can use at their own disposal.
Yeah.
Is it from their wastes at home? Is it from what they dispose at home? Is it from what composting? So this is where I find it very important that speaks to climate change.
Like you came with a different angle to say, look, in as much as we're facing these climate issues, this farming part of it, these external chemicals are causing more harm, and there's a more climate friendly related things.
Sorry to state this.
Yeah.
The organization RATEI established a rice mill where is a complete rice value chain. Where in the process of the rice value chain, there's a place for compost making. That compost making now, that waste from that product,
From rice.
is a useful binder for compost making.
Wow.
So, if now in the complete rice value chain, there is no waste and is a useful binder for a compost making, then it is something that it should be replicable and scalable.
For all the rice farmers everywhere. globally.
So with this, I think we are so concerned about women, youth, and persons with disability being involved. When we empower women, youth, and persons with disability with this knowledge, a lot to achieve.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing. Amazing. And I love the fact that you're focusing on women, youth, and persons with disability, because these are like on the chain of vulnerability. These are the also population that are highly vulnerable. If something happens to what they take and it affects their body, theirs is worst, right? Yeah, thank you so much. So I'll just wrap up by asking one question, especially regarding when we say her climate story. With the current societal trend now, do you think women, right, are really maximizing themselves enough? Is it that they are being obstructed by society, culture, whatever, things that make them really contribute to addressing these issues as actors, as responders, not just the women that just collect what is available?
Whenever we talk on this kind of issues, let's be contextual.
Yeah.
In Adamawa State,
Yes.
Adamawa State have its own context, right?
Yeah.
When you move to the south.
Because we're trying to pitch that her response counts in addressing this.
Yes. So now, in the aspect of pitching this, there's the aspect of societal norms, of which is vital. A woman can decide to have that knowledge, that she wants to vouch into this, but there are societal norms that
affects her. Okay.
When she has a leverage on a particular aspect that she can move to the certain level, there's a barrier that stops.
At every stage.
At every stage, a woman faces a barrier. What are those barriers? It can be determined based on our context. In the south, it can be different.
Yeah,
in the north,
but here we have culture, religion.
It's a whole lot. So whenever we plan in regards to this, we have to factor all this.
So there is an established fact that in as much as women response count, they want to, they have the capacity to do all of this.
They are human.
But at every stage, there are some level of obstacles that these women face. What's your thoughts on women response really counting to addressing this issue? And also, if you have other challenge that you feel this is what has been stopping women, let's hear that.
Yeah, well, the truth is, culture is one major barrier.
Culture.
Yeah, where you're coming from, I think most cultures, especially the African cultures, tend to neglect women in some certain aspect of life involvement.
Intentionally.
Yes.
Okay.
And women do have the mindset that they're humans. The same mindset a man has and what he can do. Something a woman can do. Now, there are limits to every man do. There are limits to what you can do because you are human. And you cannot jump 1,000 feet, but you can invent something that will make you to leap from your starting point to a 1,000 feet. Now, women, just as the culture is now saying, women cannot do this, women cannot do that. What our job is to bring women into the spotlight, to educate them.
So you're using your art to
Yes.
to push
But
the agenda.
Culture, yes. Culture is primitive because, just as my brother here says, climate change, it's here. It's here with us. And if we choose, we can change. But as for the climate, it still remains and it's yes. And then the centuries, everything is evolving. So the woman needs to also be educated that they can do something and not just as.
So this is going to make me ask you another question. As a climate advocate that you now are using your skills of art, how has the journey been for you? Do you think it has really changed anything, especially for women? Has it changed your mindset? Has it changed society? Can you speak around that? Especially as a climate advocate.
While I was posting online, a lot of women did reach out to me. Some from the comment section and some directly DM'd me, asking questions about how they can really impact a change in their community.
Just by them seeing your art?
Just by them seeing the art.
Wow.
And then, just as I said earlier, my art represents expression rather than the verbal communication. I don't know if I can show you something from...
Why not? The moment is here.
All right, there's a sample I brought.
Gang. Let's see where it's coming.
I recently have this imagination. I want everyone to...
Wow.
Yeah. If you look at her expression, it's already showing confidence. She has this confidence and a right-minded person. When you see the person, you know that this person knows what she's doing. So the way you stand, the way you look already, your posture, your expression can define the tendency of what you can do. And this is her universe.
Exactly, I was like, this is...
So this is a woman in her own world. And she can do anything in her own world because it is her own. It was you create, your ideology, what you have, you can be able to achieve what you want to achieve first from your mind before your actions. So this is her world, and then these all colors that you see, they all represent a lot of things. Like white, yes, this brown represent confidence, and then white represent purity. That's when I'm talking about them having a good intention, because one thing to be working in the right direction and another thing to be speeding up.
So at the end of the day, any woman that sees it is like empowered, boosted, like...
Yes. So there's a story behind it, and usually when I post things like this online, I try to write the
intention,
meaning. Yes, the meaning of what I paint.
Amazing. Let's celebrate this. This is just a real-time example how he can use his artwork to push the conversation on climate, women, confidence. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, I think you've been able to help me answer one question I wanted to ask. Yeah, so I would ask that again.
Okay.
So I want to ask you as well, you're using spoken word and poets, right, to speak on this subject matter. How has it been for you as an advocate? Has it changed anything? Do you think somebody somewhere heard how you for the poets, I don't know how your opening line is. The climate is that, I don't know, but has it changed anything?
So far has been great. Aside from the fact that really doing what I love doing, I'm actually making and creating change, making impacts, because quite a few number of people have come to me like they'll be like, Can you please explain again? Explain to us. We want to understand, and after that explanation, after that conversation with them, they will be able to have a new perspective of the whole climate thing. It's not worrying to them, but the moment you speak to them, they'll be you see their actions they even take, their mindset is changed already by the words you speak to them. So, and from the comment section, a lot of people have shown interest. A lot of people have understood, like from their response and their feedback.
Yeah.
I really know it's really going a long way, and
Yeah.
it will for sure go a long way.
And I feel like you've achieved one of your goals, which is to say you want to bridge knowledge gap. That was his agenda. So you feel like it's bridging. All right, so now let's speak to a policymaker that is watching this video that might eventually see this. Because sometimes if we ask correctly, it can change a lot of things, right? So let's assume you have the governor listening to you, the presidents, the global figures. What will you say to them that you want them to do? Like an ask. What do you want to ask them that might support all of these efforts that we're trying to push? It could even be a UN or all of those bodies.
Well, a lot of youths out there needs to be empowered, educated, and they need, that's two major things. So if there is any channel they can create, like empowering the organizations, little or minor organization, because you cannot reach out to people all by yourself. So you need to create a team, you need to create channels that you can send a message, and those people can convert the message individually or in groups to those kind of people. So if they are listening to me right now, I will ask them to reach out to initiatives like TFT also, and any other organization that can help in educating the youth and also women in climate change and also in leadership.
Yeah, I love what you said. So you're saying, dear policymaker or decision maker, please create a system that constantly empowers young people so they're able to respond to these issues, right? Empower other systems around them to support them. Is that your ask?
That's exactly what I'm
Amazing. All right, Peter.
My final word to the policymaker out there, or the government, anyone in power that is able to create a change, is that the piece we are missing out here is that we need power, we need money, and we need collaborations. Yeah, when we say we need power, we need these policies to be effective from the grassroots, just like what the current governor is doing when he said he's asked the current governor of Adamawa State, Fintiri, is doing. Like when he took his assistant to be a female, to be a lady, a woman actually. So we need those things from the grassroots, not just women leaders, but actually them being participating fully in this decision making and representation. So we need money, we need funds. There are a lot of climate solutions women are bringing ideas, but there are no funds, there are no supports that they need. So once we'll be able to get these things done with following through the right channel and the right organizations, we'll be able to achieve a result. And finally, we need collaborations. The government needs to collaborate with organizations, they need to collaborate with the local settings,
Activists, advocates,
yeah.
you know.
So we need collaborations in order to fast this result, because this change we are looking for is very, very slow. Whether we are speaking about it, to be honest, this change is slow and it's not fast. So we need collaborations to make it fast to save our globe. Thank you.
That was a powerful act. That was really a powerful act. I don't need to emphasize, but that was really a powerful act.
Hey everyone, my name is Jerry Wilson. I'm the CEO of Morning Star Pixel, and I'm a commercial and a conceptual photographer. I tell stories using pictures and videos also. I want to say that climate change affects people's emotion. For example, this heat frustrates a lot of people. People go to office, people cannot think because of the heat. So I actually want to use pictures and videos to heal people.
Celebrate that, please. Using photos, telling beautiful stories, setting the moment.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joy Victor. I'm a student and I'm also into business. I sell clothes for women. So he actually said something that caught my attention. he said women need to be empowered and they need finances. He was speaking to the policymaker. But as he was speaking, I realized that before a woman is empowered, she first of all needs to empower herself. I think the first policymaker is a woman. Her mindset says a lot. And our auntie here said something about limitation. So I think the first limitation of a woman is actually herself and her environment. So a woman might have a lot of potentials, visions, and all of that. But let's just narrow it to her family. If they are not in support of her, that mindset might actually die. She might feel a lot of negative thoughts. She might be inferior because people around her don't support her. So if people around her don't support her, she will not be bold enough to step out of the spotlight. Even though the spotlight is there is empowerment, there is finances, but because she's not confident about herself, about how she feels, and also her mindset is not right, she will not be able to step out of the limelight. So I think the first person that needs to take the step of change is firstly the woman or the youth or the person with disability. They are the first people that need to take a step of change even before someone else can help them out.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Comrade Joshua Maxwell, the Executive Director of the Maxwell Leadership Initiative, and also a graduate of Animal Science from Modibo Adama University. I think there's a perception about climate change that whenever you mention climate change to people, they tend to give it a scientific meaning. So when you say climate change, they start thinking atmosphere, ozone layers, and the rest.
Yeah.
But recently, I've written something yesterday and day before yesterday.
Like article.
Yes, and I called it the illusion of change. So I just realized that what I did in that article about leadership was more of climate change. And here was what I said. I said people tend to think leadership should start from the top, but then leadership can start with the little things we do. So to further illustrate that, the first part I said Barrister Gabriel Adiku, and he said something. He said while he went to the UK last month, his guest came to pick him from the airport, and while they gave him a chicken, he was done eating it and he just threw the bone out from the window of the car. And his guest said, don't do that, this is not Nigeria. They would sanction you or you get penalty for this little act you did. And then I was trying to speak to people that leadership starts from these little things. If you can throw a sachet leader inside this place, I don't see that sachet leader as the problem. For me, I see you as a leadership problem.
Contributing to
Yes. So I was trying to talk about leadership, but I later realized that itself was a message about climate change. I realized that this climate change, it's everything we do. Thank you very much.
All right, the last person.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
My name is Emmanuel Queen Glory. I'm a medical student at the Modibo Adama University and also a senator under the Students' Representative Assembly in the university.
The policymaker is live here with us. You guys, all that responsible to push. Right.
Okay, so my question is very brief. As a young lady, or I should say for young ladies trying to scale in leadership and in decision making in the society, and then we have barriers stopping them, such as maybe family barriers and then societal, cultural issues around them. How can one scale through these barriers? For instance, maybe I want to travel to places to make certain impact, but then at home maybe my father or my parent would be like, focus on your studies, don't do that, a lady should not go far from this place. Or as a senator, I want to make certain changes in the environment, but then because I am a lady, they tell me that there are certain things you cannot do because you're a woman. You should just limit to certain positions and you should not rise above your limit. So how can I stand out in cases like this? Thank you.
Amazing. This is a powerful question.
Okay, from the conversations, I think some of these things are centered under behavioral change, because I think that is one of the root causes of this climate change. aside the natural ones, the man-made crisis that we have. Because if you look at it, how about we take this back to our own homes? Let's start from our families. Okay, let's say a mother now, growing up with that mentality of having a waste collection system, whereby if she wants to throw a plastic, she knows where to keep it. That child there will be looking at, okay, what exactly is she doing? The next time when he goes to drop waste, so even when he goes to school, he might want to imbibe that culture. So I think it's good that we go back to our roots and look at how we are going to, I don't really know how to answer this, but how do we bring about behavioral change? Because it's one of the most difficult things. Today I was in Keke on my way here. Then someone from a car just finished drinking pure water and just flew it all the way. So how do you tell the person to wait and put it on? Sometimes I put sachet water in my pocket and forget it. Just because I don't want to litter it. If tomorrow I want to speak up and say about waste collection and all of that, they'll say, one day you did this and that. So it boils down to our own behaviors. So we really need to look at how are we going to impact people, to actually change people's mentality, just like my sister here said. We really need to think how are we going to do this to bring about this change.
Thank you so much.
I'll say thank you for the host. Seriously, I can say this program is for all of us as a youth. Seriously, and thank you for meeting my sister. It has been long. I could not even see her with my eyes. Thank you for that. Seriously, what I want to talk about is about culture and religion. It really make our climate change be down. If, let's say in the town like Yola, it's never been a problem. But when we travel to some villages, we must find this kind of a problem deeper and deeper that make our women and our youth to lose their focus. Even though they have zeal, there is nobody to support them on that activity that they want to push to see that the climate was stand in their area. So what I want us to throw for us as a leaders or as a people like this among us, we should not stand in one place. We should push further to see the element of changing climate, because seriously it's affecting so many places. My sister talked about farming here. Seriously, there is one word she said here that I remember with my grandmother. My grandmother up to today, she will never eat things that you put chemical or you use fertilizer. Up to she's 94 years, but she stand on her feet. She can look far. She cannot eat this salt and cube. Never. What she uses is mangul. So if we can able to transform that kind of advice or kind of advocate to ourselves, seriously we will grow. It will be changing our climatic, especially we that we are all rising up now. Youths.
We have the power.
We have the power, like women. Seriously, we are eating back. No movement. I did not see a sign. Thank you.
It's been a very beautiful conversation thus far. And before I wrap up this, I'd like to give an answer to the question that you asked, which, just to paraphrase a question that she asked, she was asking, how do she, who is a young senator that wants to effect change or take an action, she's limited by either not being permitted because she's young or by her parents to travel, change locations, to make meaningful contribution. There's too many limitations that she's facing. It's what I need her to say first.
Well, I want to give you a practical and a personal experience. I'm an instrumentalist, and my dad knew me when I will be 45 next year. And my dad knew that I can drum when Atiku Abubakar came to our school then, and he saw it on telly, and I was beside him. That's context, and that's the culture that affected me then. I had those knowledge, I have those gifts to be an instrumentalist, but I could not because of the culture, the barrier, and whatever that has to do with the context that comes around the North and Adamawa State. Now, what I'll tell you is that you should be determined. In the university, I contested to be a senator and I won. My dad didn't know. But he gave me that platform to be in the university. He didn't tell me that I shouldn't be in the hem of affairs. Well, I leveraged on that to be there, and I spoke. And I explored that kind of privileges. That gave me the platform. Today I'm speaking. At
Not just here, globally. Different podiums.
So don't stop. When they say this, okay, maybe they don't have that knowledge. Leverage on that knowledge.
Actually.
Push.
Actually.
When you move to the next level, they say you are not, then search. Leverage on that knowledge. Push. And before you know it, you are there.
Yeah.
I love this lady. She's a global advocate.
For peace.
For spoken words.
Oh yeah.
Peace. Do you know those what she have gone through to reach those levels? No. But when you go through those lines that she have placed her feet.
She's even a Muslim, but how she like beat all of those processes and all.
So please,
don't
limit your knowledge. You are born with it. They did not give you. You are born with it. Push. Harness those knowledge. Then I think that is just a stepping stone.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
She took a word out of my mouth. Just to add, I would just say, like she said, be determined. You know what you want to do. You know your power. You know your ability. Everybody's stopping you at different road that you go through. They don't understand you better than you understand yourself, right? So do not allow those things to limit you. They might not believe you, but do you believe in yourself? Push it. They might laugh at you and mock you. Push it. You know, I've walked through that journey, and I'm still walking through that journey. I'll be in rooms and I see adults, and you can't shut me up. You know you can't. And if you even doubt my capacity, I don't even argue. I just go to my corner, do it, and show it. You will see it, and you come back to me, right? So, any parent stopping a child right now not to maximize their potential is also because they also don't understand. Don't hate them, don't blame them. They never knew because they didn't have the opportunity. They didn't know that these things existing. So it's your place to communicate to them to make them understand, right? When you get wins, they will see it. By the time you now get results, the same parent will still clap for you, all right? So don't allow their perception even hold you down. Don't allow your environment, don't allow your financial status. It's not an excuse to say, oh, I don't have that money. Oh, I'm not in power yet. The compound you are staying is enough place to exhibit that power. Because you might gather 3 people and say, this is what it is. All right, so I feel like you're already you've gotten all the answers. So just push and make all the contributions that you can make. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining episode 1. And like we said, do not forget to be part of the conversation that shows that her climate or her response counts, and everybody too can play a role in contributing to climate issues. It is here. It's not far. It's not tomorrow. We can't sit down and wait for the government, NGOs, funders to help us. We have a role to play. Everybody say, I have a role to play.
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 And I will join to stop all climate issues in Nigeria and Africa.
Nigeria and Africa.
Thank you so much. It's a wrap.
This is brought to you by Today for Tomorrow initiative with funding from Women's Peace and Humanitarian Fund and support from UN Women.